If you are new to the world of digital money, you might ask a simple question. How many cryptocurrencies are there? The answer, however, is not simple at all. It's a bit like trying to count every website on the internet. New ones appear every single day, while others disappear just as quickly. There is no single, official list that everyone agrees on. Different sources will give you very different numbers, which can be quite confusing for anyone trying to get a clear picture of the market. This variation happens for many important reasons that we will explore. So, how many coins are we talking about? If you look at popular cryptocurrency data websites, you will see a wide range of figures. For example, a well-known site like CoinMarketCap might list over 20,000 different cryptocurrencies. But then you might visit another trusted source, such as CoinGecko, and find they list a slightly different number, perhaps over 15,000. Even financial news sites and encyclopedias offer their own counts. Investopedia or Wikipedia might report a number in the thousands, often focusing on the most significant or well-known projects in the space. The number of cryptocurrencies is constantly changing. The total count goes up almost every hour. This is because creating a new cryptocurrency, often called a token, has become surprisingly easy. With platforms like Ethereum or the Binance Smart Chain, anyone with some technical knowledge can launch a new token in a short amount of time. This has led to an explosion in the number of digital assets. Many are serious projects with real goals, but many others are created as jokes, experiments, or unfortunately, as scams designed to take people's money. This rapid creation of new coins means that any number you find is just a snapshot in time. By the time you read an article or check a website, the number has likely already changed. It is a dynamic and ever-expanding universe of digital assets. Some experts believe that if you were to count every single cryptocurrency ever created, including those that failed instantly or were never listed anywhere, the total could be in the millions. But most of these are not what people mean when they ask how many cryptocurrencies exist. They usually want to know about the ones you can actually trade or use. One of the main reasons the numbers differ is that each website has its own rules for what counts as a cryptocurrency. Some trackers, like CoinMarketCap, have specific criteria a coin must meet to be included on their list. These criteria might involve having a certain amount of trading volume, being listed on a public exchange, or providing clear information about the project and its team. If a new coin does not meet these standards, it will not be added to their count. This helps to filter out very small or potentially fraudulent projects from their main listings. Another major reason for the different counts is how each source tracks the vast crypto ecosystem. Some websites might use automated systems to scan blockchains for new tokens, adding them to a database automatically. This method can result in a very high number, as it includes thousands of tokens that might have no real value or community behind them. Other sources, like financial news outlets, may rely on manual curation. Their teams of analysts decide which cryptocurrencies are notable enough to be included, leading to a much smaller and more selective list that focuses on quality over quantity. The definition of cryptocurrency itself can also cause confusion and lead to different numbers. Most people think of coins like Bitcoin, which has its own independent blockchain, but there are also tokens which are built on top of existing blockchains like Ethereum. Some trackers might count only the independent coins, while others will include every single token created on major platforms. Since there are hundreds of thousands of tokens on platforms like Ethereum and the Binance Smart Chain, this definitional difference can change the total count dramatically from a few thousand to tens of thousands. Finally, the status of a cryptocurrency plays a huge role. Websites must decide whether to include coins that are no longer active. Some platforms will keep dead or abandoned projects on their lists for historical purposes, but may move them to a separate inactive section. Other websites might remove these coins from their main count entirely, to provide a more accurate picture of the current active market. This choice of whether to include or exclude inactive coins is a significant factor in why you will see such a wide variation in the total number of cryptocurrencies reported. To understand the true size of the crypto market, it is important to know the difference between active and inactive coins. An active cryptocurrency is one that is currently being developed, traded, and used by a community. It has trading volume on at least one exchange, which means people are actively buying and selling it. The project's developers are likely providing updates, fixing bugs, and working towards the goals outlined in their original plan or white paper. These are the coins that most investors and users are interested in because they are part of the living, breathing crypto economy. On the other hand, there are inactive cryptocurrencies, often called dead coins or ghost coins. These are projects that have been abandoned by their creators. They show no recent development activity, have little to no trading volume, and have lost their community of supporters. A coin might become inactive for many reasons. It could have been a scam from the start, or the project may have simply failed to gain traction and ran out of funding. There are thousands of these ghost coins floating around, technically still existing on the blockchain but having no real-world value or purpose anymore. Deciding when a coin is officially dead can be tricky, which is another reason why crypto counts vary. Some data sites have clear rules, such as delisting a coin if its trading volume drops below a certain level for an extended period, like a few months. Others might look for a lack of communication from the development team on social media or their official blog. Because there is no universal standard for declaring a project abandoned, some websites might still count a coin that others consider inactive. This gray area contributes to the different totals you will see online. The number of dead coins is surprisingly large. Some studies suggest that more than half of all cryptocurrencies that were launched in past years are now completely inactive. This high failure rate is a reminder of how risky and experimental the cryptocurrency market can be. For every successful project like Bitcoin or Ethereum, there are thousands that have failed and faded away. That is why it is more useful to focus on the number of active coins, as this gives a much better indication of the health and size of the current market that people are participating in. So, after all this, what is the best number to use? While millions of crypto tokens may have been created over the years, most of them are no longer relevant. The vast majority are inactive, have no trading value, or were never more than an idea. Counting all of them would be like counting every draft of a novel that was never published. It is technically a number, but it is not a very useful one for understanding the literary world. Similarly, the most useful figure for cryptocurrency is the number of active projects that are being traded on exchanges. Based on the data from leading crypto tracking websites, the most reasonable estimate for the number of active cryptocurrencies right now, in mid-2025, is somewhere between 10,000 and 20,000. This range accounts for the different listing criteria and methodologies used by major platforms like CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap. It successfully filters out the vast majority of abandoned projects and insignificant tokens that have no real market presence. Thinking of the number as a range, rather than a single precise figure, is the most accurate way to view the current landscape of the market. This number, while still large, provides a much clearer picture for anyone interested in the space. It represents the projects that have at least some level of community support, development, and market activity. These are the cryptocurrencies you are most likely to encounter when you explore different exchanges or read financial news. It is a world filled with innovation and competition, where thousands of different projects are vying for attention, each offering a unique vision for the future of finance, technology, or online communities. The number is large, but it is not infinite. In summary, when you hear someone ask how many cryptocurrencies exist, you now know the answer is complicated. The total number ever created could be in the millions, but many of those are ghost coins. The most practical and useful answer focuses on active and tradable coins. For today, a solid estimate is that there are well over 10,000 active cryptocurrencies, with the number constantly evolving. This figure best represents the vibrant, dynamic, and ever-growing market that continues to capture the world's attention.